Okay guys, so I'm going to give you a little update what's been happening since the last time, what I've done with the bike. I've changed the front brake cable because the old one was, the cover was all worn out here where it goes into the fork. So it was rusty and it got stuck. So that's a new one. And as you might have seen on my community, I've changed the silent rubbers because the bike was very wobbly. But what I'm going to do today is that I'm going to mount a mirror because I don't have any mirrors on, and I like to have that so I can see what's happening behind me. So I bought a new one here. It seems to be called 928/44VL. Looks like this. It's a big one. And it will go on here. Brackets are included here. I think this was like 22, 23 euros or something like that. So that came in cheap, I think. And then I'm going to fit a carrier here in the front. So that's what I'm going to do today, install these things to begin with. And then I'm going to give you a little sneak preview of what's going to happen this winter with all this stuff. So these are all the parts that are included in this kit. The bracket, obviously, some screws, distance, some other things. You don't get a instruction on how to fit it, so you have to figure this out yourself. So this is how it came out. As I said, I don't think the bracket is very nice, but fix that later on. And well, this will be okay. So the part number for the front luggage carrier is 6737170. So this is a genuine part from Piaggio for the newer model. So this means you have to modify your horn cover a bit here and make some holes. Let's open this. So as you can see here, this is not as big as the other ones are. You don't have to hang it on your leg shield. So let's see if we can get this installed. So first of all, we of course have to remove the horn cover. So if we remove this badge here, we have a screw here, and inside here we have 2 Phillips screws on each side here. So we have to loosen to get this away. And then we have to disconnect the cables for the horn. Like that. So now we come to the tricky part with this front luggage carrier. And that is to fit this bracket here. And this is the back side of the horn cover. So you want this one to sit like this. So what you have to do is drill up 2 holes in the frame of the Vespa. Measure this out so you get these holes exactly above this hole where you put the screw for locking the horn cover. So that would be something like this. While drilling these holes, be a bit careful because on the other side here you have your cables going down, so you don't pop into them. That's one. Let's go for the next one. Now that I drilled my holes, this one, the next fun part comes, and that is that you need to get your screws through the bracket and then your washers and your nuts here on the inside, locking the screw. So this is quite fiddly, but you can get a finger in with your washer and nut. It's not going to be easy, but it works. I've done it before. Now the bracket's in place. What I did was that I skipped the washers because it wasn't very easy to get the nut and the washer in. Instead I used Loctite. Now it's time for the next fun thing, and that is to figure out where I'm going to drill the holes in the horn cover for the attachment of the carrier in the bracket. So a bit of measuring and then take up some holes. Now I measured and marked out where my holes are going to be in the horn cover. And then this distance is going to fit inside these holes. I think this distance was 11 millimeters. So the hole I will make will be 1 or 2 millimeters bigger than the distance, so I have some room to wiggle around. You'll only get one shot at this, so make it right the first time. There we go. Let's see if I have measured this out right. I think so. So now I can go ahead and attach my horn cover again, and the cables for the horn, of course. So now we have these distances to put in here. Don't sit like that. Maybe I can get it hold in here. And then all I need to do is take the screws and attach my carrier. This is how it came out, and as I said before, I think this looked much better with this smaller one rather than the big square ones hanging on your leg shield. So I think this looks good. And for those who paid attention, are sitting there thinking, did he forget something? Well, yes. We have these brackets also. This bracket is going in here, like this, attached to these screws, and then this is sitting down like this, so you pull this down to push it in. But I think these are ugly, so I won't use them. I've used this specific carrier on 2 bikes earlier, and this, it sits here. I don't need to use this, and when I get some weight on here, it's not going to be an issue. This won't rattle around or anything. It sits tight with these 2 screws, so that's why I won't use these. So what you need to think about when installing this is that you measure out this carefully, because if you put this too high, it will take in the steering head. If you put it too low, it won't get, it will lie against the horn cover. You don't have very much space here. So measure this out carefully and take up the holes in the horn cover like 2 millimeters bigger than the distance, so you have some room to wiggle around. And this will sit just perfectly. I promised you a little hint about what I'm going to do this winter. As you know, I'm going to fix the rust and I'm going to repaint it. I'm going for the chrome part here, as you see. So this will be in chrome. I will get a leg shield in chrome. All these flasher side trims will be chrome. You know, and the mirror is chrome. So I think that will go good with the color that I've chosen. I won't tell you about that yet. I got a new front fender. I got a new speedo. And some other small stuff. All the rubber parts I have new. I will also change the bearings for steering head upper and lower. I'll put in a MPR box instead of the spare wheel. Yeah, probably some more things that I forgot, but you know. I got a new headlight, the clear one, new grips and so on. So the interesting part here is what we're going to do with the engine. So I bought the Malassi 210 with the cylinder head, and we have a 60mm polished crank here. So that means we are going to be reaching 221. We got a new input shaft assembly here with a shorter fourth gear. And we got primary gear here, 2364. So hopefully I won't have to, you know, push it all the time to go in 90 km/h. We got all the bearings, seals, gaskets, everything to rebuild the engine, new rubber parts, harder clutch. So the whole engine will be rebuilt. So here you have the plan and my thoughts what's going to happen this winter. See you.